Good morning, and thank you for tuning into the Andrew Tate Show, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We've got a great show for you guys today. We're going to be covering the 76ers versus the Heat. We'll also be talking about the Bulls versus the Hawks. We'll also be discussing Jonte Porter receiving a lifetime ban from the NBA, and make sure that you guys stick around for later in the show when we'll be diving into our Thirsty Thursday segment for the week. Before we start, though, I'd like... Oh my gosh. Let me start over. Before we start, I would like to ask that you guys like and follow the show. Also, we get a number of questions from viewers that come in during the show, so to ensure that your question gets read out in the air, I ask that you use the tips and donation link with your question. That link is gsmcpodcast.net. This just puts your question at the top of the list so I can see it, and it also really helps the show. Sorry.
Okay. Normally, Miss Faith James is normally on point, but today was slipping a little bit. How are you doing today, Faith?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready for it to be Friday. I'm traveling back to my hometown tomorrow to go visit my parents this weekend, so I'm very excited for that. But I'm also really sore because I went back to the gym yesterday and I haven't. It's been probably about 6 months, which I'm not happy about, but
it's been listen, Faith, I got no room to talk on that one. It's been about 6 months for me too.
Yeah, so.
And I got to get back there, but I've been so busy, so I understand. But then, like you were just talking about your first day going back to the gym, you think you're where you're at, you start hanging and banging. And you wake up in the morning, you're a little sore.
Yeah, my shoulders are killing me today.
Wow, so you did shoulder exercises then? Is that that's what you did?
Yesterday was upper body, so I did shoulder press, tricep extensions, chest presses, and what else did I do? Let me look at my list. I have a schedule.
See, I know.
Oh, and I did the Arnold presses too.
So you divide your body up into upper body, lower body then?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, I divide mine up into push pulls.
Mm.
Okay, because the push muscles, the ones you push, that's your chest, that's your triceps, shoulder press, that's all push muscles. Pulls are traditionally back and and some of the back and shoulders a lot of the time. So I divide it up between the range of motion, and then sometimes I'll keep legs in there, but I normally do legs on its own day.
Yeah,
because legs suck and I hate doing legs. Every woman loves doing legs. We were talking about this yesterday. You see those ladies that are in the gym every day, and they're doing squats 7 days a week and everything, and it's just like, it's crazy how some girls are when it comes to that lower body.
Yeah.
Everyone trying to put a little hump in the back there, let's just say.
Trying to get the Kim K look is the goal.
Yes. And it's funny how that has changed so much. Because we're definitely different generations. And I remember girls just being so upset about forgive me for saying, like, they have a bubble butt. That was such a bad thing for a girl. The girls were trying to lose it so much. And now it's just flipped, and everyone's like, "No, I want that bubble now." It's crazy how it has changed.
Yeah,
didn't mean to go off into that tangent there, but it is funny how it is definitely changed. And I didn't notice it as much when I was living in America, and then I came to Europe. I know we're talking about hind ends a little bit here, but you're used to the way Americans are looking, the way they're built, and then you come to Europe and it's like, whoa, Europe is so like 1970s, 80s body styles compared to Americans, which are more curvier. So Europeans are definitely you can definitely like what is it? March, yeah, March and April. You had a lot of Canadians that came in. And Canadians and Americans, people don't realize how much they're alike. When you move away, you realize that Canadians and Americans are just so much alike, and you can totally tell where the Canadians are at. And Canadians are everywhere around here right now. And then they disappear. It's like it's different seasons for each one. But yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
Faith is like, okay, that's enough of that one.
Oh
So,
gosh.
all
Alrighty.
right, fire away.
Alrighty, so last night we had the 76ers versus the Miami Heat. So Joel Embiid scores 23 points, has the big assist as the 76ers beat the Heat in a play-in to earn the number 7 seed. The 76ers needed all the improbable tricks they could summon to even have a chance at winning their first play-in game in team history. Nicholas Batum hit game-shifting three-pointers. Buddy Hield was in the mix. Even the promise of free chicken nuggets was enough to revive an offense and smother the boos from Philly fans that reigned inside the arena. But in crunch time, the game came down to Joel Embiid, always Joel Embiid. With the NBA MVP on the court, the 76ers proved that they had a shot at a long postseason run as long as he is in the lineup. Embiid had 23 points, 15 rebounds, and one huge assist to Kelly Oubre Jr. on a go-ahead three-point play that led the 76ers to a 105-104 win over the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference play-in tournament on Wednesday night. Lots of booing, Embiid said, smiling. "We stuck together. It just shows that I don't play my best. I don't get to my spots the whole game until the fourth quarter, and we still find a way to win." The 76ers earned the number 7 seed and advanced to play the second-seeded New York Knicks in the opening round of the Eastern Conference. Game 1 is Saturday at Madison Square Garden. The Heat, who went from the play-in tourney to the NBA Finals a year ago, host Chicago on Friday night, with the winner getting the number 8 seed. Embiid exploded out of a quiet game late in the fourth and carried the Sixers back from 14 down in the second half. Embiid, who missed 43 games this season and finished out on a surgically repaired left knee, was a non-factor as Batum and Hield sparked the 76ers in the second half. Batum had 20 points.
Okay. So this was first, I'm going to say something different. Originally, if you remember, when Joel Embiid went out, I was like, shut him down. He's too valuable. You don't want to risk more injury.
Right.
But now I'm going to come back and say and take it kind of back from what I've said. And the reason why it is because I feel like the play-in tournament has really helped the 76ers. I think the 76ers are in a really good place. They're the number 7 seed. They're going to be going up against the Knicks without Julius Randle. I'm taking the 76ers. The 76ers, now Joel Embiid is back. He's playing well. He had 23 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists. Is that right? Yeah. He had 5 assists, yes. Yeah, he had 23, 15, and 5. Yes. Man, I feel like they're set up, especially with the Knicks and Randall not being able to play. They clinched their playoff berth, and now they're set up to make a run, and they don't have to see Boston until the Eastern Conference Finals. I feel like it felt perfect for them. Man, they were, the 76ers just did and had a hell of a game. This was a closely matched game all the way down to the end. Both teams were playing well. I didn't really know. At one point, I'm like, I don't know who's going to win this one. For the Heat, Tyler Hero was on fire. Jimmy Butler was doing really well. Unfortunately, Jimmy Butler had a little bit of has a little bit of a knee injury, and we don't know how he's what he's gonna, if he's going to be available for the next game. But Butler had 19, Tyler Hero had 25. This came down to the wire, and Joel Embiid really, he really stepped up. He, like I said, 15 points, 12 rebounds. Kelly Oubre came in there to close out the game with a big 3-pointer. Man, I look at this and I'm like, wow, I can't believe how well they've been set up. When I thought I was looking at them earlier when Embiid had his injury, and I'm like, maybe you shut him down for the year and prepare for next year because I don't really see them making a run at the championship. But sometimes not only do you have to be good, but you have to be lucky. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like they've drawn a very lucky draw. Like when we are talking about the Lakers yesterday, the Lakers are coming into the playoffs incredibly strong, but I feel like they had a bad draw where they're pulling the Nuggets with the Philadelphia 76ers coming in with the MVP, one of the best players in the game. Now he's healthy, and they're going up against a New York Knicks team that will not be at 100%. And so it really sets them up. Also, when you start looking at some of the players that really contributed, Nicholas Batum came through, big shots down the stretch, huge shots down the stretch. Buddy Hield dropped in some buckets late in the fourth quarter. Every time it looked like Miami was going to kind of close that gap, one of those three would hit something. Joel Embiid would do something, or Nicholas Batum was just on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then critical shots by Buddy Hield just really, I felt like set them up for the win. I don't know. I don't know. Did you get a chance to watch it? Or did you just watch the highlights? How did you watch it?
Um, I just watched some highlights. I didn't watch the game.
Okay. And then, I mean, they got, great time from like Tyrese Maxey. He went in for 43 minutes, 19 points. They got big time minutes from a lot of their players, which meant that Joel Embiid did, he had time at 30, he played 38 minutes, but I felt like they were spacing him perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
It was an easy, I thought, a tough game, but I really felt like they had the game in hand. Once that big shot was landed, it was pretty much a wrap. And
Mm-hmm.
now they're in, they're facing the Knicks. I don't give the Knicks much of a chance against them. Even though the Knicks are the higher seed, you've just lost maybe your second best player, if not your best player, going into the playoffs, and the 76ers have gotten their best player back. I don't matter of fact, I see this as like a 5-game series against the Knicks. And that's where I mean, not only can this win gives them a couple extra days rest, but then going up against the Knicks, if they can wrap the Knicks up in 5 games, like I think they're gonna do, that gives them even more chance to rest as well.
Mm-hmm.
So my initial thought of the 76ers not really having a shot, I might have been, how things change.
Yeah.
Things change so
Yeah.
fast.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much my take on that game. Excited. It's NBA. It's NBA playoff season now.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the NBA season and you're like, okay, it's a long season, but now these are the games that really matter, which makes it kind of exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Good for Joel Embiid, because I remember, like, what was it, a month ago? You and I were both saying,
Yeah.
like,
And now he's
take him
back.
out.
He's back. He's healthy.
Hmm.
And these games that they lost set them up and put them in the play-in tournament,
Hmm.
but put them in the right place.
Yeah.
I mean, you've if you wrote out where do you want to land in these playoffs,
Hmm.
it would be, hey, I want to play the Knicks in the
Hmm.
first round when they're not 100%. That would be my top choice play. I would like to avoid uh, the Celtics until the Eastern Conference Final.
Hmm.
Well, guess what? They have it. It's like
Yep.
check, check, check. Embiid's
Hmm.
healthy. They got the Knicks. They get to avoid the Celtics. It's been written out for them to be, in a great place.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, with that, we are going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about the Bulls versus the Hawks. So make sure you guys stick around, and we will be back in a minute.